It's Saturday morning at 10 a.m., so you know what that means. It's time for What's Up, Ocala? With tens of thousands of viewers every month on our YouTube channel and millions so far on TikTok, we are joined by our host, local owner, and broker of Great Expectations Realty, Andrea Praber.
Good morning and welcome to What's Up, Ocala. I'm your host, Andrea Praber, and with me today are my very special guests, Jeff and Tristin Baker, and they are announcing some exciting news here in Marion County. So we wanted to share that with everyone out there and a special invitation as well. So Jeff, why don't you tell everyone who you are, what you do, and what you're announcing?
Hey, Andrea, thank you very much. I'm Jeff Baker. I'm a realtor here in Ocala at Great Expectations Realty, but we're not going to talk about that today. Today, we're talking about the Isaiah 117 house. We have a kickoff meeting tomorrow at the Mary Sue Rich Center at 3 p.m. and would love to see everybody there.
Awesome. So what is an Isaiah 117 house?
Oh, the Isaiah 117 house is literally a house where we like to call it where we change how foster care begins. We try to take the worst day in a child's life, which is removal day, the day they're taken away from their family, their home, what have you, and make that day just a little bit better by loving on them and letting them know that they're not alone.
So Tristin, you and Jeff have both done foster care.
Yes.
And how has your experience with Isaiah 117 house in Tennessee, where you were doing foster care, how's that kind of moved you to bring it to Ocala?
So we became involved in Isaiah 117 actually before we started foster care, and it was we went to the meeting and we knew we wanted to do something with foster care, just we weren't really sure what, didn't think we wanted to be foster parents, but went to the meeting and left there going, yes, we're 100% in. With that 100% in, we also became foster parents, and at that time we had 4 littles, like we like to call them, for a sibling set of 4. And their story is really one of the big stories that you'll hear through Isaiah 117 is with a lot of kids. They came into foster care early afternoon. They were picked up at school from DCS, and they sat in the office while the DCS workers were trying to find placement for them. They sat there in a conference room with there was 7 total, so there was 3 other plus our 4 of a sibling set. And they were the DCS workers did all that they could by trying to feed them out of the vending machines, but they were scared. They didn't know what was going on. They brought in, they had nothing else with them except for their backpacks. One of the little ones even actually brought food from his school lunch because he didn't know when he was going to eat. He brought it in his backpack when he got to our house. And the biggest thing is, what if there would have been a house that they could have gone to instead of sitting in that DCS office where they weren't having to worry about where they were going? They didn't get to our house till 10 o'clock that night, but and so it was a quick, love and then go to bed. And again, just what if there was a house that they could have went to and been loved on by volunteers, been cooked for, made sure that they knew where they were going to eat, helped with homework, given new clothes, new backpacks as they left the house, and they went to their foster placement. And that's pretty much the premises behind the Isaiah 117.
So what would you have actually liked to have seen happen? Would they have actually spent the night at the Isaiah house then and then gone over to your home and like a foster home the next morning instead of coming in at 10 o'clock at night and having, you meet these strange people and then instantly go to bed?
You got to go sleep in a stranger's house, literally.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy even for me, not going to lie.
That was it, is we were being a temporary placement for them at the time. So they were actually picked up at 7 a.m. by DCS to spend the next day in DCS.
Oh, no, so they had to go back?
Placement,
right.
Correct.
Right. So we had them from 10, shower, bed, food, bed, and then wake up, here's breakfast, and goodbye. And so, again, if there was a house, they could have stayed the night. Somebody would have made them breakfast while they were still trying to find the placement.
Wow, that must have they must have been just extra traumatized from all of that.
Yes.
I can definitely understand why you seeing that we're like, no, this really needs to, this has got to change.
Yes.
So what happens with Isaiah 117 house if it normally when they have removal, which sometimes it's not while they're at school, sometimes they're literally, a big traumatic event, or they've suffered some form of abuse or something and they get taken. So where do they get taken? Immediately to DCS, or do they go immediately to the house, or what happens?
They can pretty much come directly to the house. They call, DCS is in contact with the location leader at the house. So let's say we had an open house here right now. The phone call will come through, hey, we've got some kids that are have come into care. Can we bring them to the house? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There's a volunteer on schedule that will meet the DCS worker there. DCS worker gets to go into a little office where they can work but still maintain sight of the kids and do their part without the kids hearing and seeing really what they're doing, but the kids get to enjoy themselves as much as they can. The volunteers will ask them, what do you want to eat for dinner or lunch or whatever it is, the next meal? What do you want? Typically the answer is fast food, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever. We take care of that. We go get it. Or another volunteer will go get that food and bring that child their food. Now some of them will go, I want a hamburger on the grill. Hey, we got a grill, we'll make you a hamburger right now. So the kitchen is fully stocked and functional.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that call can come in at any time.
Yeah.
Our
day or night.
volunteers are ready 2 o'clock in the morning.
24 hours a day.
So tell me about the volunteers, because you're already kind of gathering volunteers that are interested in working with the house once it's up and ready to go,
Absolutely.
right? So are these all foster parents, or who are these volunteers?
Everybody. I mean, yes, there is a background check that will be run on volunteers, obviously.
I was kind of curious about on that one.
Some training, yes.
But, and there will be training provided for those volunteers. But anybody, I've seen volunteers that are retired that are just love kids and love the idea of getting a love on these kids and again make that bad day a little bit better.
Yeah.
We've got folks at open houses that come in and help the kids make cookies because that's what grandma did with them. That's one of the fond memories they have of their grandparents. So they've made chocolate chip cookies and brownies and you name it. They play in the kitchen.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They've even made slime at a couple of houses.
Okay, yeah, that slime's not a lot of my house. I've seen what, so that's above and beyond right there. You bring in the slime, but okay, that's awesome that they're just they're just being kids.
Absolutely,
they don't have to
let
worry.
them be a kid.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I have seen many videos and stuff from other foster parents, and normally it's these kids come in the middle of the night and they're coming and they're just kind of dropped off.
Yes,
and they don't know who they're staying with. They don't know if these are good people or if it's not going to be good people or if they're ever going to see their siblings. It's a really traumatic point.
absolutely.
So to have somebody that's trained just to focus on the kids instead of trying to focus on placement and trying to focus on everything that a DCS worker has to do,
Right.
that's awesome.
And they can sit and watch TV, play video games, read, take a bubble bath.
Whatever floats their boat.
And
Whatever.
That's another part where Isaiah 117 helps with, though, is they come in, we give them a bath, we take care of all that stuff. So when they're ready to go to the foster parent can focus on knowing them.
Instead
versus, okay, we got to wash all your clothes and get this and get that. They actually can focus on.
Yeah, I can't even imagine going into a strange person's house and then going, okay, you need a bath.
Right.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
Even lice removal and treatment. We're prepared and equipped to handle that in the houses.
Wow.
I don't have to worry about it as much as others, but it is what it is.
You are lacking in the follicle area right there, Jeff. But
and one of the things that most of the kids that we've heard from personally enjoy is the giving room. So there's a room in the house that we call the giving room, and it's all brand new stuff: clothes, shoes, coats, toys, toiletries. Let me tell you, little boys love that Axe body spray, okay? So we let the kids go in and pick a backpack basically full of stuff. If a kid says, I really like this, can I have it? Absolutely. We're not going to tell them no.
right, and
Within reason.
right.
You can't take the door off the wall or what have you, but, it's about the kids.
Wow.
It's about our kids.
So they get to have organized shopping, basically.
Basically, yes.
Because some of these kids aren't little kids. Some of these
Correct.
are
Right.
12, 13, 14-year-olds.
Some kids come in with a kid.
Oh, Wow.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
we've had that experience also. So,
Yeah. There's a lot that we probably don't see on a regular basis,
Yes.
but those in that line of work do.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Now, my husband and I are not in a position right now to do foster care, even though my heart goes out to them. I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel the same way. They're like, I really would love to be able to assist, but I can't do that kind of commitment, because that is a commitment. That is
Absolutely.
a huge commitment of your life, your time, your home, your family members, your resources. So is this something that you would recommend to them, and maybe a stepping? It sounds like you went to Isaiah 117 house first and then stepped into foster care.
kind of, but not really. But yes, we went to the kickoff meeting and then said we have to do something. Next step in our logical brain at the moment was, hey, let's become foster certified. And we did. And then, but you don't have to be certified in order to care for the kids at the Isaiah 117 house. Just a volunteer can come in, get trained, and you're a volunteer.
I see. Okay.
And I mean, there's even, so volunteers means everything, like cutting lawn. We need like handymen if they, fix stuff. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be hands-on with the kids. If you just want to give something and you have something to give.
There's positions for
time.
everybody.
Yeah,
Literally.
Absolutely.
Right.
And every skill level.
This is a house.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
actually
It's a full-on
a
house.
residential house. So what kind of house are we talking? Okay. Obviously, you haven't got the house yet.
Correct.
This is a kickoff for the expansion to Marion County. So
Correct.
they are expanding over here. But what would you love to see? What kind of house? Are we talking like more of an office? Like,
Well, the
what are we
house
doing
is-
here?
There's plans that we have for the house.
Okay.
So there are, for lack of a better word, predetermined plans that work,
Okay.
that have worked and time again since the first house was started.
Okay.
So we actually have the drawing. You want to see the drawing? Come to the kickoff meeting.
Oh, wow. I will be there. I will absolutely be there. I'm so excited for this. I think this is definitely something that there is a need for, not just in Marion County, but all over. I would love to see
Absolutely.
it spread to other counties as well. Because it is, I mean, they basically get re-traumatized by just that fear of the unknown.
Right.
And I was just talking to my daughter the other day. She's more worried about the fear of something than the actual pain of
Right.
something. So, I've seen her take a tumble, have a mouthful of dirt in her mouth, get up, dust herself off and move on. But if you told her ahead of time that she's about to fall and she's worried about that fall or fearful, the fear is so much worse for her than the actual fall
Right.
itself.
Yeah.
And I think that's true with a lot of kids. There's so much fear of the unknown and what could happen that just alleviating some of that is less traumatizing. It's less pain for them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's amazing. To have that ability in our county is something I'm very excited for, very much. So all right. So how do people help? How do we reach out to them? What do they need to know?
First of all, come tomorrow to the meeting.
Okay.
3:00, the Mary Sue Rich Center.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. If you haven't been to the Mary Sue Rich Center, you have to check it out. It really is an unbelievable place. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you're coming to the kickoff party anyway, check out everything that they have there. It's amazing. They've got a full library upstairs. They've got a little cafe there. It is just, and the fitness center is unbelievable. They've got a track that goes all the way around. It is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a fantastic place that our community has now and has access to. So absolutely come out, check out the Mary Sue Rich Center while you're at it, but definitely find out everything about this huge thing that is coming to Marion County. All right. Is there anything you guys want to add to this?
I don't think so.
We're good? All right. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeff and Tristin, for coming in and sharing a little bit of your story and your experience and telling us about this major event that is happening for the kids in our community.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
All right. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us. And we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to be talking about all of the fun things that you can do in the area this weekend, as well as what are the stats for real estate this week. Be right back.
At Great Expectations Realty, we believe that you should expect more from your real estate experience. When you hire a realtor to sell your home, you should expect experienced advice on staging your home, professional photography, aerial photos, virtual video tours, and a national presence online to advertise your home to the largest pool of buyers. Your realtor should communicate from start to finish. And always remember, this is your home. You are in the driver's seat. We believe that if you aren't happy with our efforts, you should be able to fire us. We don't have cancellation fees, and our sellers never pay transaction fees either. Call Great Expectations Realty at 352-817-9160 or go online to greatexpectationsrealty.com to get your free analysis of your home's market price. Great Expectations Realty. Expect more from real estate.
Welcome back. All right, before we get into the sales stats this week, I want to ask a small favor. If you're enjoying this program, let us know. The website here at the radio station is classichitsocala.com, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave a comment in the description below. If you're a fan and truly think we've helped you or educated you or entertained you in some small way, share. And on YouTube, click subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's go ahead and jump into the real estate stats for this week here in Marion County over the last 7 days. Currently, there are 3,376 homes available and ready to purchase. That's about 50 more houses sitting on the market over last week's numbers. Take note, folks, because this number has been slowly but steadily increasing week after week. New listings on the market, 340, price increase 60, price decrease 389. And while I know that's a really high number, keep in mind last week it was well over 400. Back on the market, 83, sold 189, expired 17, pending a whopping 305. So people are definitely purchasing homes right now. Temporarily off the market, 9, withdrawn 15, and canceled 31. So this week is definitely looking better than last week's numbers. The current average interest rate for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 7.28%, declining 1 basis point over the last week. For homeowners looking to refinance, the average interest rate for a 30-year fixed refinance is 7.27%, falling 5 basis points over the last 7 days. 15-year fixed rate, 6.7%. 30-year fixed rate FHA, only 6.46%. So real estate sales in Marion County for this week have risen, which is looking promising for the next quarter of 2024. So if you're thinking about putting your house on the market, now might be the time. Now, what's going on around you today and tomorrow? It looks like it may turn into a really nice weekend. Weather-wise, it has changed on a dime so often this season that I never know if I'm covering my plants or leaving them alone. I don't know if I'm grabbing a jacket or some sunscreen. It's been a little crazy out there. But it looks like this weekend will be gorgeous, so get on out there and enjoy it. This weekend, of course, we have the downtown market, which is downtown Ocala on the corner of 3rd and 3rd. It's the place to be. In fact, why aren't you out there already? Are you driving out there right now? Great idea. Visit all the local vendors, bakers, artisans, and farmers. Kenny G is coming to Ocala in May. That's right. Grammy award-winning smooth jazz saxophonist Kenny G is performing in Ocala on May 2nd at the Riley Arts Center. That's at 8 p.m. Kenny G is renowned for selling over 75 million records globally. Tickets are on sale now. Ticket prices are starting at only $45. You can get yours today at the Riley Arts Center website, but you better hurry. This is looking to be a sold-out show, so get yours soon. Live on stage, the Spitfire Grill. This is the final weekend that you can experience the musical, The Spitfire Grill. That is live on stage at Ocala Civic Theater. The last show will be on February 25th. Follow the story of Percy Talbot as she seeks a fresh start in the town of Gilead, Wisconsin, working as a waitress at the Spitfire Grill. The show explores intertwined lives and the mysteries of the town, featuring a folk-flavored score of songs. Directed by Greg Thompson, this production promises a warm and generous heart, offering 15 performances total. The performances are on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but again, that last one is Sunday, February 25th. Tickets are available for $30 for adults and $15 for ages 18 and younger. Don't miss this captivating PG-13 rated show. Buy tickets through the OCT box office or by phone at 352-236-2274 or online at www.ocalicivictheater.com. This show, by the way, has had amazing reviews. You do not want to miss it. Well, the Ocala Dog Park is hosting an ice cream social on February 24th. The Ocala Recreation and Parks Department is hosting that ice cream social for local residents and their dogs, of course, at the Letty Parks Dog Park. That's this Saturday, February 24th from 10 a.m. to noon. The event, located at 2299 Southeast 32nd Avenue in Ocala, will feature free frozen treats from the Ocala Police Department's Polar Patrol, pet-themed vendors, and various fun activities. This public event requires no registration and just aims to support the Humane Society of Marion County. For further details, check the Ocala Recreation and Parks Department Facebook page. The big launch of Isaiah 117 House is happening tomorrow. The Isaiah 117 House needs your support so you can join the free kickoff event at the Mary Sue Rich Community Center this Sunday, February 25th at 3 p.m. You will laugh and you will cry as everyone shares their stories at this incredible event. You do not want to miss it. I will definitely be there. In fact, I'm emceeing. Come on out next weekend. We have the annual Ocala Strawberry Festival, the first Saturday in March at the McPherson Complex. Great Expectations Realty will have a booth, and so will Classic Hits Ocala. I'll be hanging out and giving stuff away, so come find me and get your picture taken with our massive strawberry. This is a free event, but they do have a $5 parking fee that will benefit local charities. Lots of great stuff is happening in Ocala, so stay tuned. That's it for us for this week, but don't worry, we will be back next week on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for another great show. So we'll see you then.
You've been listening to What's Up, Ocala? Follow us all week on Andrea Praber's YouTube channel and TikTok. We'll see you next week at 10 a.m. on What's Up, Ocala.